Hey everyone, I wanted to come to you this morning and talk to you about something that came up in a conversation. That's kind of how everything always starts when I'm talking to you guys, but it ended up being a great slogan, a great line, and now it's something that I want to make sure I pass on to you. So if you have had a setback, if you have had something that has derailed you from fitness, from life, from whatever it is, like it happens to the best of us, but the key thing to remember is that like your setback is basically the grounds for your comeback. And so wow, we've all had a setback. We've all had things happen in our lives. We've all had different, I guess, failures, if you want to call it that. Like we always have still lived on, carried on, moved on, and, we succeed. So, one of the examples I'll give, and maybe not everybody's on the same level of parenting, but like when it comes to parenting, like if you mess up, you can't just like give up your kid, which there's some awful people that do some things like that, but like you can't just give up. You have to try again the next time, you have to try again the next day, and eventually like in 18 years, 20 years, you'll find out if you did a good job and if you, did well raising your kid. But for some reason with fitness, like we mess up once and we're like, yeah, it didn't work for me. Or we blow it on a diet and we're like, yeah, I can't stick to that. But like, what if you actually committed 18 years to it just like a kid? What if you actually like dedicated the same amount of time and commitment as you do to your job, to your marriage, to your work, whatever you're doing in your life that you're successful at? It's the same exact steps for the things that you're unsuccessful at now. The problem is like when we're not good at something, we give ourselves like a short little window and a short little fuse before we decide to give up. So if you've been having a setback, whether that's, not eating well, not exercising, not having motivation to exercise, it just starts with a day. It starts with one moment, one time, one decision to just go. And the key thing is the next day you have to do it again and again and again. And it's not going to be easy. But as you get going, it gets easier and easier. And so I think one of the things that we forget about is like how powerful momentum is. And like you can't push that boulder on your own, but if you can get that boulder rolling, you can start pushing it as it's going, like obviously it's going to be a whole lot easier. So use that, like your setbacks can become your comebacks. So you might not have always been a good parent. You might not even be now, but you still keep trying every single day. And that's because you're like glued and locked and, committed to that kid for its entire life. Think of the same thing. It's your body that you're living with for 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. Make the same commitment to yourself. Like you can't give up. So if you're having a setback, if you're having any down moments, it's time for the comeback. Like all you got to do is it starts with one action, one decision. So happy hump day. It's Wednesday. Change things today. Like don't wait another day. Don't wait till next Monday. Today's your day. Go get it.